This right here is my 2013 Kia Ceed GT, and at the moment it's a little bit broken.
But just like all of the other cars that I've repaired so far, I'm determined to get the issues with this Kia fixed. The first of them issues is that it's got a really bad misfire on cold start. It also has an engine light on the dashboard, and there's an issue with the gear stick, and the wheels could definitely do with a refurb.
And you might be wondering, what's the plan once these issues are fixed?
I'm going to be swapping this car on, no cash, just logbook for logbook, in hopes of one day trading my way up to owning a supercar.
So if I want any of that to actually happen, then I better make a start on trying to fix this car. So you join me at the whiteboard, which of course we introduced in the last video to jot down all of the problems and all of the prices of which each car costs me to actually fix.
The first issue, of course, being that engine light slash misfire. So if that engine light is to do with the misfire and they are linked, then it could be one of a few things. Starting off with the easiest one, it could well be just one of these coil packs that has gone wrong and is now causing that misfire on cold start. Apparently the coil packs on these Kia cars are a little bit prone for issues, so it could be an easy fix and we may just have to replace one of these. Another easy option is it could be a little bit further down, which is of course the spark plugs. Take these coil packs out and put some new spark plugs in the car, which of course will be a nice easy fix.
But there's one issue that it actually could be that is going to be a little bit more tedious and a little bit more time consuming to solve.
Which of course is an injector, and on these engines unfortunately the injectors and fuel rail are located under the inlet manifold, so we'd have to take all of this off, get a new inlet gasket, unbolt it from the intake pipe just to get under here to the injectors.
Not the end of the world, but we're hoping it's one of the two easier fixes.
Now the next one is this gear stick. I could not tell you why this is doing what it is doing, but I'm pretty sure that normally on these cars, on the actual gear gator, there's a little lever that you lift up and down with your fingers to let the car go into reverse. I know you guys know what I'm on about. They're in a lot of Vauxhall cars. The gear stick will only go so far to the left until you have to lift that little trigger up to let it go into reverse, whereas this one just lets you go in without having to do anything. So when you're trying to select first, sometimes you put it in reverse
and end up in the front of the car behind you.
So I'm going to have to try and find a diagram on how to actually solve this and where things kind of go. And of course, we need a new gear gator.
That then leaves us with the last issue, which lies with these alloys.
Now these are actually diamond cut, and there's a reason that I am not a fan of diamond cut, and that is because the lacquer gets really easily corroded and the wheels start to look like this, and they look god awful. So I don't think we should re-diamond cut these alloys. I think they'd look best in black.
And luckily for me, before we start diving into scanning through this car and getting them issues sorted, the wheelman in Langley Mill has said I can drop this car off today to get the wheels refurbed. So before we crack on with anything else, let's go get that job ticked off the list.
This is the wheelman who for the last 12 months has done all the alloy resprays and repairs for my cars, and not once has he let me down. He's top quality at what he does and he always gets it done on time. So we're going to be leaving the Kia in the safe hands of the wheelman, and we're going to be painting the wheels. I'm pretty sure we should do these black. I know you lose a bit of the depth of the wheel with black, but I think it is the most suitable for this car. So we're leaving it with Sam overnight. It's about 2 o'clock now. He's going to get these wheels stripped, and then we're going to be picking the car up tomorrow and see what it actually looks like. And of course he's not going to waste any time at all, so we're going to get the car jacked up straight away and get the tyres removed from the alloys. Now it's time to sand down the alloys to make sure that all the old horrible nasty paint is removed completely. They then go into the sandblaster, And now it's time to get them in the oven to get them up to a temperature that's ready to spray. And then it's time to give it the first few coats, which already are looking amazing. And once all the coats have been laid on these alloys, it's time to put them back in the baking oven and then start getting the tyres back on. They're going to then balance the wheels, and then all it's left to do is put them back on the car.
And once again, Sam at the Wheelman has absolutely smashed it out of the park. I'm really glad that I went for the safe option and went for black. I was debating gold, but like I say, this car has got to appeal to the wider audience for me to be able to swap it on. And I know you can lose a little bit of the depth of the alloy with going black, but they look good, don't they, mate?
I think you've gone for the right colour, yeah?
I think they suit the car absolutely. Smashed it again, mate. Check out his channel as well. He's just started a YouTube channel. It's going well, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, it's actually going quite well.
Going well. So if you want to see behind the scenes on how he got these wheels from looking as bad as they did to as good as they do, then I'll leave the link for your channel in the description,
Thank
mate.
you very much.
But yeah, they look mint.
And I'll also leave a link in the description below if you want to get in contact with the Wheelman to get your alloys refurbed yourself.
Well, it's definitely safe to say they look 100 times better, but you're probably wondering why all my liquids and fluids are all over the floor and why the table is on its side. Well, I'm making a few changes to the driveway, so before we carry on with this Kia Proceed GT, there's something that I need to do. Now, for those that have been watching the channel for a while now, you know exactly what these are. In this big box at the bottom on the floor is another one of these. Now, this is a pretty sturdy, almost industrial gazebo that I am going to be putting up on the driveway along with another one, so it will be 6 meters in length and it will cover the whole entire driveway, so 4.5 meters in width. In these two boxes are the walls and the roof, all in the white colour. Last year I had black and it was a little bit too dark. This year I've gone for white and it should be a lot brighter in there. So the next part of this video is me unboxing all this and getting it all up. I'm going to obviously be securing it down to the driveway because I obviously want to carry on doing all my filming through the winter and I don't want the weather to get the better of me and stop that. So I've ordered all of these to put up on the driveway. We've got lights, LED lights to go inside of it. It's going to look pretty smart.
So without boring you with me just putting these gazebos up, I'm going to fast forward most of this work, but I'm going to start by getting the gazebos spread out and get them put together.
And here we go, a bit of progress so far. This is now my new unit. Like I say, 6 meters in length, so you can perfectly fit a car. It pretty much goes from one side of the driveway to the other. It fits perfectly. Of course, even though it is white and we've still got a decent amount of light in here, I have got big LED spotlights to go, one in that corner, one in that corner, one in that corner, and one in that corner, and then we can actually close off the gazebo so we're not interrupted by anyone on the street. These actually zip together, so it is fully weatherproof. The only kind of way weather's going to get in is going to be this kind of bit here, because obviously we need to use the gate still, but we'll have a wall on there. In fact, will we have a wall on there? I'm not sure whether to put a wall there or not, but we'll almost enclose this whole thing, and then I've got to wire all of the lights in, but this is going to allow us to film all year round. We'll have light, it'll be private, and we can make some great videos. So I'm really looking forward to getting this all finished off. I've got extension needs to go from this socket here. It will go up into the gazebo, and then we'll have power sockets running to all 4 lights. So yeah, a little bit more to go, and then this should be all sorted out, and I'll show you the end result.
So now I'm just going to make sure everything is all zipped up, and I'm going to add this extra wall because I'm debating putting a third gazebo even further down the driveway. Now it's time to start getting all of the wires installed into this gazebo so we can even film at night. And so far this place is starting to look pretty decent.
And just like that, we have my own kind of unit. This is literally the definition of working with what you have got. This is all on the driveway, and I think for what I need, it's going to serve me an amazing purpose. Now we can work the whole winter through without getting absolutely drenched. I am actually contemplating on ordering another gazebo to extend it even further, just because why not. But I just want to give a quick thank you to Rock Awnings for supplying these gazebos. I have paid for them all myself, but if something is good, I want to let you guys in on it. These are really good quality, and the whole thing should be pretty waterproof. So we're good to crack on and take on some proper projects.
Which is exactly what I plan on doing, but now these alloys are refurbed and they're looking amazing, we can tick this job off the list.
Which now leaves us with the 2 last issues to fix on this Kia, which of course is the engine light / misfire and that gear stick. So I think it's time we scan this car through the diagnostics and actually find out what is wrong. And to do that, we're going to be using Carly.
And if you haven't heard of Carly, Carly is an all-in-one scan tool that lets you control, customize and diagnose everything in your car's control modules.
So all I need to do is take my Carly device and locate the OBD port, which for me is just under this little flap here. All I've got to do then is plug the Carly device in, take out my mobile phone and download the Carly app. I'm now going to add this vehicle to my garage, which of course this is a Kia Ceed 2013 petrol. Once that's done, I can go ahead and click connect. Now I'm going to be using my Carly device to do manufacturer level diagnostics, but that's not the only thing Carly can do. You can actually also do coding, customization and unlock hidden features within your vehicle. But for now, we want to find out what this engine light on the dashboard is actually meaning. So I'm going to go ahead and click Diagnostics and check for issues.
So now the Carly device is going to scan through all the engine control modules and let me know what is going on with my car.
And now it is finished doing its full diagnostic scan, we can see that we have 2 issues. The first one is on the engine control module, and that is a P2261 code, and the other is on the instrument panel cluster, which is a B1000 code. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of digging to find out what is actually wrong. But while we're on the app, we can now access the live data just to make sure that everything is doing exactly what it should. We can check things such as the engine coolant temperature and even the fuel rail pressure. It literally has everything that you'd ever need to check your car. And now, thanks to Carly, I have eliminated the possibility of getting overcharged by a mechanic for issues that don't actually exist in my car. So if you want to get yourself one of these Carly devices and never have to worry about anyone diagnosing your car again, then I'll leave the links in the description and you can use the discount code on the screen to get yourself money off.
And now with a little bit of research, them engine codes actually mean that there is an issue with the turbo bypass valve.
So it actually turns out that the engine light and that misfire are 2 complete different faults with the Kia. So I've wrote down the engine code and I've wrote down the description so we can have a look at that at a later date. But for now, I want to dive in to this misfire and see if there's any obvious signs of why it keeps happening. And I think the most obvious thing to start with is, of course, the spark plugs. Check what condition they are in, and to get to the spark plugs, we need to obviously take the coils out so we can actually see what they are looking like. Maybe this is an obvious answer, maybe it isn't, but we might as well make a start.
And after undoing the 4 10mm bolts holding each coil pack in, I found something that was a little bit different.
Okay, now I don't know if this is going to be any indication, but coil number 1 has obviously got this red kind of marking on it, and it also has a red marking there. I don't know what the rest of them are going to look like, but I'm just going to do one by one and kind of go through them and see what they are like. But for some reason, this one is marked and, well, the rest of them aren't. Which to me is a little bit interesting, but we'll have a look at these spark plugs. Okay, you know what? They don't really look too bad at all. They are Bosch, and in all fairness, they don't look in bad condition at all. So maybe it's not a spark plug issue, but I am going to check the rest of them while I'm here. So the spark plug out of cylinder number 2 is actually in a lot worse a condition than the first one. That is quite black at the end, so maybe this just does need a new set of spark plugs in it. One thing I've noticed as well is that this is actually an aftermarket ignition coil. It is a Cambury one, I don't know. It's that brand, whatever that is on the side, and this one is actually OEM. It has the Kia logo and the Hyundai logo just there. So I wonder whether someone has tried to get to the bottom of this before.
But for now, I'm just going to check the rest of the spark plugs and them coil packs, which in all fairness, they did look okay. The spark plugs just weren't in the best condition.
Okay, something a little bit weird. I'm assuming that the previous owner of this knew about this, obviously, coil issue, because coil number 1, like I say, is a Kia / Hyundai part. That is an OEM part. Coil number 2 is a, I'm going to pronounce it Camfrey or Camberfree or whatever. That is an aftermarket part. Number 3 and number 4 are both identical, but do not have any part number on them whatsoever, which I don't know. I find it a little bit weird, but I also think if it was a coil pack issue, surely the car would throw an engine management light to let us know kind of which one it actually is, whereas with this, we are not getting no engine codes or anything to do with that misfiring issue. The only thing that I might be leaning towards is that the OEM one has now gone faulty, and obviously with this one being the last of the 4, which is OEM, maybe we just need to get a new coil pack.
But at the end of the day, I am not a fully qualified mechanic, so if any of you guys have any more information on what you think it could be, then please let me know down below in the comments.
Well, I have ordered 4 brand new spark plugs and I've ordered a coil pack for this car in hopes that we can actually fix that issue. And some more good news, I do think I have found the fix to this shifter mechanism, which I'm so thankful for, and I will show you what the fix is at a later date. Because I'm cutting this video short, because today something happened that is an absolute lifetime achievement, and I have to dedicate the rest of this video while I'm waiting on parts to that achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 3 subscribers away from 100,000. Easily my biggest life goal yet, 100%, and we're 3 subscribers away. I genuinely think this I don't think this is going to sink in until the actual 100,000 subscriber plaque arrives at my door, because at the minute it's numbers on a screen. When that plaque actually arrives in the post and I unbox it, I think that's when it'll be like, that is real. But we are 2 away. We are 2 subscribers away.
And after a few more minutes waiting, the time had arrived.
Oh my god. Oh my god. 100,000.
Screenshot it on your phone. Oh, it's done.
I don't even got any words. Ready? Oh my god! Wow. 100,000 subscribers. $100,000 subscribers. I mean, I've got to be honest. Where do you even start? Like, where do you even start to thank each and every one of you for making this kid's dream become a reality? It's hard to even put it into words, but I mean, last week marks a year ago since I quit my job to do this full time, and to put it into perspective, it took me 5 years to go from 0 subscribers to 60,000 subscribers, and it's took me a year to go from 60,000 to 100,000. What I'm trying to say is, if anyone out there is debating taking that little risk in life or that little leap of doing something they truly love doing, then take it. Because how I took that leap was, I thought, I can always go back. I can never miss the opportunity to go forward. And that is literally the only thing I can really give anyone any advice on, because I'm a kid that left school at 15 with 0 GCSEs, 0 anything. I have nothing to my name. And for some reason, somehow, well, I know how, it's because I never gave up. We have got 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, and it is now my full-time job. I mean, absolutely ridiculous, and I owe it to all of you people for sticking around, especially the people that were watching the channel before this swapping series, that have stuck around through all of me trying to find my feet on YouTube and work out what works best and work out what I should be uploading. So shout out to all them people that have stuck around when I was trying to find my feet. And of course, shout out to all the new people that have jumped on this channel in the last 2 or 3 months while I've been doing this swapping series. It has been crazy. Like, the support, the love that you guys show on these videos nowadays is ridiculous. Like, it's just mind-blowing to see that number on my screen next to my name on my YouTube channel. It is ridiculous. I can now apply for the verified badge on my YouTube channel, so I'll have the little tick next to my name. Something so small, but as a kid, I literally dreamt of. I can now apply for the 100,000 subscriber plaque. Something, again, as a kid, I would watch my favourite YouTubers unboxing, never even dreaming that I'd have my name on a plaque myself. If 14-year-old me could see what we have achieved now, honestly, you wouldn't even believe the smile that would be on his face, because like I say, it's hard to put it into words. I uploaded my first YouTube video. Let me find out. I'll find out when I uploaded my first ever YouTube video. I'm not going to show you the channel because it was literally when I was 10 years old. But I uploaded my first ever YouTube video on the 27th of April 2008. 2008. YouTube had only been kind of out for a few years before that. And I uploaded a video showing people these little tech deck skateboards that I was playing with at the time at 10 years old. I then did a video jumping over a river. I then showed the tortoise as a pet. Like, this was a channel I made literally when I was 10 years old, and I've been obsessed with YouTube ever since. And yeah, that is absolutely nuts. Like, looking at that little channel there and looking at me making the videos so passionate and so just thinking I was a massive YouTuber, even though I have 0 subscribers and 6 videos, and the description of the channel is one cool dude. It is absolutely nuts. I made that channel on the 26th of April 2008 and uploaded my first video the day after on some skateboards. Literally, there's the video of my little skateboard things that I was playing with as a kid. And, well, yeah, I keep saying it. It's just, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense at all. And like I say, the only bit of advice I can give anyone watching these videos is if you want to do something in life, you have got to get up and go do it. I think of life as a game. It is literally just one big game. The only thing with this game is you don't respawn. You don't get another chance to play that game. So you can either do it the comfortable way, which is your 9 till 5 job, and you'll be comfortable, you'll get the same money every month, and you'll be okay. You'll be okay. That's the beginner way in the game. The way I like to play it is the hard way, because you can keep getting knocked down and keep having to restart the hard way, but if you keep trying, you will eventually beat it and eventually get the rewards, which are a lot better than the beginner way, and you will eventually get the rewards of playing the harder game. And that is literally the only advice I can give. If you want to do something, man, you've just got to get up, put your all into it, and just do it, and never ever stop until you get to where you want. 100,000 subscribers is nuts, but I've just got that ambition now where I've just set the next goal already. The next goal, 250,000. The goal after that, 500,000. You've just got to keep setting yourself goals and not stop until you reach them. But guys, I'm not going to sit here and ramble on for ages. Trust me when I say, if I could knock on every single one of your doors and thank you all individually for being a part of this journey, I promise you I actually would. But yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for putting me in this position. Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental. Cannot thank you guys enough. Here's to another 150,000. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
You wear a hat, they call dad. Me, I'm the dad in a hat. You just like clubbing and clothes. Me, I like afternoon naps. 3 I be missed for the road. My oldest like counting racks. My middle one, she's in a dirt bike.